Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. Hope you're having a good day or a good night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. Okay, listen to a reading for the collective. I feel like I've been using these too much. I honestly need a new deck. Like, I truly, honestly, wholeheartedly need a new tarot deck. Because I think I've been using that one a little too much. I do have another one, but it's like really special and I barely use it. To be completely honest, I barely use it. So I was about to do a collective reading, but I'm gonna do a medium channeling for Malcom, as we all know him, okay, from Cosby Show, Theo. There was a picture or a video that I seen. I think it was a picture originally that I seen go up my timeline. I'm still like, first of all, I'm still getting used to the fact that I talked to the deceased, that I talked to passed over loved ones. I'm still very much so used to that. And I'll always like wait for confirmation to talk about certain things. And when I seen his picture go on my timeline, I remember a video that I did about someone walking into the ocean and like that just being it. I haven't read like information about his story or anything like that, and typically what I feel like I'm just gonna keep doing is doing the channelings first, okay, and then reading like the stories, the news articles about his passing, and then channeling off of that information. So when I seen his photo go on my timeline, I was told that he was going to take his own life. And I was reminded of the video that I did about someone walking into the ocean. So yeah, we're just gonna channel it because as soon as I turned on my camera, I was about to get into a collective reading, and then they said do the video about Malcolm, and then I kept hearing his name, and then I keep hearing his last name, but I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to say it wrong. Malcolm, Jamal or Lamar or something like that. Okay, he's very much still so witty and charming on the other side as he was on this side. So let's get into the reading. Ooh, I'm actually going to burn white sage. Give me 1 second. So the reason I thought to grab the white sage is because I know that white sage allows spirits to come in, and I'm channeling his energy and allowing his, I don't know if y'all just seen that. Yo, I don't know if y'all seen that. I don't know if y'all seen that. I can't wait to watch this back because I don't know if y'all seen that. But confirmation, allowing his spirit to interact, contact, talk to me. I hear him saying like, you know, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I wasn't a partier, I wasn't abusing drugs, like but there's something that he wants to like shed light on. I don't necessarily know what this is, okay, but I'm gonna allow myself to be the channel to articulate the emotion. But the white sage allows the spirits to come in, I don't really use white sage unless I'm doing an intense cleansing in my space, and I typically experience spirits forming around me when I do use white sage. So it's just furthermore confirmation, because like even though you can read online like what certain stuff is, just how like you can go online and like look up a spell, right? I still am the type of person that I give everything its meaning. I don't really allow the world to define things for me. However, I know that there is truth to all things that are said, okay? All things that are experienced. And I channeled that he didn't drink and smoke and party or anything like that, because I was literally about to drink a sip of my beer. Whenever I do like readings and stuff like that, like I really do like to tap in and like spirit. So I'm starting with my white oracle deck that is like more for channeling. Spirits, like I said, I haven't done my research on him. I haven't done any of that stuff. So I don't know his sign. I don't know any of those things. But we're just gonna go. Okay, I call on Archangel Michael at this time to protect me during this act of divination. I call on my ancestor, spirit guide, spiritual team to help assist me connect with the angelic spirit realm and beyond the angelic spirit realm to correctly communicate clearly Malcolm's messages for me, or any downloads that him or anyone on his behalf from his ancestral bloodline would like me to communicate for him. Okay, I give you complete and full consent to communicate to me in any way, shape, or form, whether that be verbally, clairaudiently, clairvoyantly, clairsentiently, okay? Whether that be in my physical presence, in my reality, in my room, if you want to utilize any of the stuff in my room to fall or to make noise for confirmation, okay? I give you full permission and access to my space, Malcolm and all of his past loved ones that want me to communicate his truth, to give his fans, his family, anyone that loved or cared about him confirmation. Thank you, Spirit, for everything it is that you've done for me, everything that it is that you will do. I call my ascended masters like these and psycho pumps that are both before me to help me tap in and channel this energy correctly and concisely. Thank you for everything it is that you've done for me, everything it is that you will do. Glory be the Most High forever and ever. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. So it is, and so it shall be. All right, let's get into it. Spirit, should I start off with these cards first? Okay, so there was like, okay, I always feel so weird talking about this shit because like, I'd be scared. I'd be scared, low-key. I'd be scared to be wrong. I'd be scared to expose the tea. I'm sweating right now, okay? But the first card that flipped out and I put it back in the deck was someone was there at the time of their death, okay? And then they will receive their karma, but not enough time. And then I had this vision of him being in the water with someone and them holding him underwater. And then it's funny because like as I like can hear his voice like channeling to me, he still has a very like funny way of articulating himself. I feel like he was always very like, even with like serious conversations, like he was always able to make a joke, okay? very like a light-hearted energy, but not enough time and they will receive their karma. So I feel like the fact that he was doing like more interviews had a lot of people like shook because it had a lot of people shook because there were things that I feel like he never spoke about, that maybe he was building up the courage to speak about. Okay, I'm also getting the energy of like somebody's like phone being tapped, or like somebody like mirroring his screen to like see certain conversations that he shared with certain individuals. Okay, there could have been people who he could have confided in about a situation, um, that he was trying to figure out how he wanted to handle it, how he wanted to deal with it, if he wanted to come forth with the story. I feel like a lot of celebrities at this time have been coming forth with certain information about certain people, right? And like those celebrities that have been coming forth with like the TT, like those celebrities are celebrities that would never literally place themselves in the same room with the people that they know that are doing the trash, right? 11:11, as I looked up on the clock, okay, like somebody, for example, Cat Williams. Okay, Cat Williams is somebody who would never place himself in an environment with people that he knows for a fact are grimy as fuck. Okay, when it comes to Malcolm, I feel like okay, I hear I had acceptance. Okay, I had acceptance. So there could have been a situation where he chose to see the good in somebody, right? Where he chose to see like where he choose to see the good in somebody, where he choose to see that somebody had the ability to be a good guy or be a good person, and that was his choice. Yeah, and he needs his loved ones to make peace with that. Okay, there could be people within his family dynamic that are going to start coming forward with sharing certain truths. Okay, there could be somebody specifically like an older woman figure. This could be but I'm definitely getting grandmother energy. Okay, this doesn't have to be a grandmother, like a grandmother that's still alive. This could be a deceased grandmother, but I'm definitely getting a grandmother energy who was giving him advice when it came to dealing with certain people, and him trying to like explain to her like what the industry was. And I feel like he also understood like the effect that he had on people, and a lot of the times, more times than not, he was the light within people's lives, and it allowed him to experience like the positive side of these people. Okay, I feel like he's definitely in limbo right now. Okay, somebody knows what happened, but they're afraid to speak. Pay for a sacrifice. Okay, this is also giving me that energy of like that boy band energy, where like in every boy band like there's always like a sacrifice of the group, right? And like I feel like there's so many people that he worked with in certain groups that tried to be sacrificed that were not able to be sacrificed. Like when we think about Bill Cosby and his career, and like people trying to say that he was molesting children or molesting certain people, and then when we think about Reagan Simone and her career, and people trying to also cancel her, cancel culture energy. Okay, also just like attacking her coming out, her being lesbian. Okay, I don't know the tea about the Cosby situation. I don't know if she ever said that he did anything to her, but I know that people were saying those things. Okay, and y'all have to understand something. Like the people that are in power that go after certain people's career to literally end them have the complete ability and control to put out false statements on the behalf of somebody else with the promise of getting rid of that person if they speak against what is being said. Okay, so you know how like there's a right time, proper time for everything. Okay, I feel like there was some conversations that just were not going to be discussed. There were just some things that were not that not anytime soon, okay? It's all about timing, okay? There's time and place. I feel like there's certain people that are waiting for a time and place. Okay, somebody knows what happened when they are afraid to speak, pay for a sacrifice. I feel like somebody knows that he was up. Okay, there's a group, there's a elite group, like there's a group of people who are above like stars, like, and when I say above, like they control like stars career, like what they have access to, like how much exposure they have. There are very few people in the industry as a whole, music, the arts, like acting, anything, that have full control over their career, their work, so on and so forth, right? So those people that have control over certain people are the people that are in that it's I'm seeing like a board game, like it's playing chess. It's like, oh, if you sign this contract and do this work, then we'll keep you alive for this much longer, right? And if you sign this contract and you do this work, then we may off you, right? Or if you don't sign this contract, right, then we're gonna get rid of you, type of energy. And I feel like when it comes to like these really big influential shows, these really big influential names, these really big influential whatever the fuck, right? These people like utilize the energy of those that love those people because they feed off of them, right? This is giving me like reptilian, draconian like energy, okay? But he definitely is an earth angel. He definitely is a very like good man. He's somebody who was exposed to a lot of deep, dark truths at a very early age, and he just had a very childlike mentality when it came to dealing with those truths, right? It was like, I hear him saying like it was hard to stomach, like this was the reality in which it is that I was living in, but at the same time, like this is what I asked for. So how was I going to be upset that I had been given what I had asked God for? Okay, along my journey, I began to see that this was more than just about acting. This was about me utilizing my reach, my fame, you know, my name to expose the deeper, darker things in which were happening in this industry. Okay, I feel like there were some instances where I feel like there was some I don't want to do the movie. That's not who I am anymore. Like, to be completely honest, like I'm just kind of done. I feel like even when it comes to him, his career, like I hear him talking about the Cosby Show. And the Cosby Show means a lot to him because like that was a show where he really grew up and developed his character. I hear him talking about how fulfilling playing the role of Theo was because of the great influential African American people that he got to be around and got to share a creative space with and got to develop such a beautiful, life altering and changing circumstances for the African American community as a whole. He loved the fact that he got to stand for success within the community and show people that they were way more than what society was painting, you know, us out to be as people who are of color. And that's just something like that he holds really, really like dear to his heart, okay? Okay, because like every spirit that I talk, like every person that I talk to, like on the other side, like they also get to see like my connection to them and how I feel towards them, and like certain moments that I had in my life when it came to um, me seeing them on screen, me seeing them anywhere. And as a child, like watching the Cosby Show, like I always thought that Theo was like really, really cute. Like I thought that he was a fun, like quirky, like black guy. Like he kind of reminded me of like myself, right? And like he was so different from what I was experiencing from the black men um that I grew up around or that I had access to at the time, right? And like when I would watch the Cosby Show, like I would really like admire like who he was as an individual. Even the episode, I can't remember. I have to look it up. Um, where he went on a date with a girl and him being nervous and so many different things. Okay, the guy who wore the glasses and the hat on the TV show, I have to look up this, I gotta look up these names. And of course I'm gonna make another video after this, but like more accurate information. Right now I'm just gonna go off of like what I can remember, whatever. But there, he is expressing his love, his care for him. I think this could have been somebody that like he talked to closer to the time around he passed. This was somebody that he did the Cosby Show with, but it was the guy who wore the glasses and he had the hat. And he really like is very thankful that he got to meet you. He's very thankful that he got to like spend time with you. Okay, there's something about race car, go kart, or like I'm seeing like um, arcade games. Something about arcade games. Okay, somebody could have bought an arcade game and like put it in their home. Okay, kids with money. Okay, what do you expect us to do? Okay, that's what I'm hearing. What else, spirit? What else, spirit? More, please, spirit. Okay, control through intimidation. I feel like people, because when you're a light angel, like most people who are of the dark, like they try to intimidate you, to get you to stop shining your light. He could have been a fire sign. Okay, could have fire in his top three. But yeah, they definitely try to control him through intimidation, and it's like those moments when they would try to control him through intimidation and they would see that that shit was not working. Those would be the moments where like they would try to like do right by him or do things that they felt like would pull him back in to get him to trust him. And it's like he said it was never about pleasure with those guys. It was always about business. Okay, and this is something that I'm hearing like dealing with like his management. Okay, making you forget where he came from, no double backing, evil effect above all. Okay, so this could have been somebody that he worked with previous, that he didn't want to work with anymore, that he could have stopped working with. Okay, this person could have came back in with another contract for him to sign, him not wanting to sign that contract, that could have made them mad. Okay, love all. They could have been a group of people, because you know this is a song by Drake, Love All, Drake and Jay-Z. Jay-Z says, niggas want to kill me, y'all want me to be friendly. Okay, be the very ones close to you, be the very ones that envy. Okay, shout out to my family. I don't want no many friends more, not many people understand me. Okay, and I feel like he was very misunderstood. And it wasn't the fact that he was misunderstood. I feel like people understood him very well. They just had absolutely no interest in giving him any respect, because it was like their success was determined on him, right? And this is why it's like so important, like when it comes to like people who are like angels, right? People who are the like people who have a contract with God, for them to follow God and what he is asking from them, right? Because at the same token, where it could have been the sense of like him not wanting to say the truth because he was scared of what could happen, or you know, harming or hurting somebody else's stability or career. At the same time, it would have brought awareness to the people that were trying to harm him, because you have to think about something like, if you speak on somebody publicly and something that they're trying to do to you, and 2 days later you fucking turn him dead, okay, that is going to cause an investigation. Because of who he is, I don't feel like this situation is gonna just go like swept under the rug. Okay, I feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that because I feel like it'll happen. when it happens, okay, I'm mad that you want to do better for yourself, so they try to punish you, homicide, killing another person, hidden video evidence, okay? I also feel like, yes, his life was taken. I feel like his life was taken because he didn't want to do something, okay? I clearly saw the vision in my head of him going into the water and someone going in the water and holding him under the water. After he was non-responsive, they walked away, leaving him face down in the water, leaving him to be swept ashore. That was also something that I feel like that they were not thinking what happened was that his body would be swept ashore. These were people that were thinking that his body would be swept out into the ocean, that it would take a long time for him to be found until he was then recovered in the water. Okay, there is evidence that is still on his body, and that evidence is going to be uncovered. So I don't know who did this, but you definitely are about to get caught. Okay, but I also feel like this person who did this to him is under investigation, and they could be not moving forward with reprimanding, like taking this person in custody because of the things in which this person is involved in. I also feel like his death is coming with a lot of uncovering of a lot of secrets. I'm seeing like notebooks, like things that are written down, things that were said, okay, via text message or email, and I feel like there is a team that is putting together uncovering this. There could also be at this time a group of FBI, CIA, okay, whoever the fuck is at the top, right, that are about to start reprimanding celebrities, people who are connected to Pizzagate, people who are connected to the Epstein files. Okay, Trump's fucking 4 years after his term. Okay, finito. I'm just saying, like, fucking all these people. Yeah, physical struggle with another person. I feel like this is the energy where it comes with scratches. Okay, I'm seeing somebody have like a skin underneath their nails, okay? And I feel like, do you know what's crazy is that like you could literally like cleanse like your nails or cuticles like so fucking good, but there's a somebody has something under their nails, and these nails are gonna be checked and they're gonna fucking find something, okay? Because this person was trying to use them to fix their problems. I feel like whoever this person was, they could have been managing him or doing some type of work with him. They could have had like mental health issues, okay, problems with drug abuse, okay. This could have been something that like irked this person, because I'm hearing him saying like they could have invited him out multiple times, multiple occasions, invited him to different events. He could have been to different events where he's seen certain things and he was coaxed to be a part of certain things that he always deterred himself away from, okay. That could be the reason why okay, he could have also smoked. Okay, because I keep getting the energy of my pen, and my pen is HHC, it's not THC. And HHC is just derived from the cannabis plant itself, but it's not derived from the curated cannabis plant. It's derived from the actual, like, grown literally out of the ground. Okay, no black light type shit. Yeah, serious society planned robbery. Okay, he could have had you could have had plans to move, okay, out of the country, okay. I also feel like there's a secret lover. Like, I feel like there's a woman in which it was that he was dating or that he was seeing that he did not tell most people about. Because he wanted to keep her safe. He didn't want her involved in the industry. He didn't want people to know about the things that he really, really, really gave a fuck about, because he knew how shiesty these people were, okay. Sorry I'm talking so fast, I'm literally just channeling, like I can't help it right now. Like when I start channeling, I can't help it. Okay, manipulating your throat chakra. There was also something that I noticed on this interview that I seen. I don't know if it was a Breakfast Club or where the fuck this interview was, but it was like the interview he did right before he passed away. I got found out that he passed away. And I noticed like he was doing like a lot of like hand grabbing and like a lot of moments where like he couldn't speak, where I noticed that he couldn't speak. And I know what it looks like when somebody's throat chakra is being manipulated and like their mind is being guided to say certain things and to not say certain things. And I really feel like that was something that was going on with him that could have made him very root work done. Anxiety, okay, anxiety, hexing, voodoo spells, fear of being poisoned or killed, gastral complaints, like very uncomfortable energy that they were trying to place over him to get him to not talk about certain shit, not to confront certain shit. And these people were really money hungry. Like, I feel like people wanted him to come out of hiding and do all this publicity and do all this shit and then be a part of a movie that he didn't want to be a part of, or be a part of a series, whatever the fuck. And like, it's just shit that he didn't want to fucking do, shit that he just didn't want to do anymore. Keeping you from seeing the truth about feeding your addiction. Okay, it started as a clip, but then it turned into a blessing. A water sign, he could also be a water sign or have water heavily aspect of his chart. Okay, I feel like he was being guided towards safety, okay, because there were secret deals that were being made behind the scenes, okay? Let me see something. Let's pull some tarot. And if there's anything you want to say to me at this time, please feel free to communicate, okay? Yeah, standing up for yourself. I feel like there's a situation that happened to him where he was actually going to decide to stand up for himself, okay? Okay, this could have even been like some type of abuse in which it was that you experienced. I mean, there could have been a conversation where there could have been a conversation that you had with somebody about profit, okay, about money. An accounting could be significant. Money that he didn't get, that he was supposed to get. Two of Cups, the Eight of Wands. There could have been a situation where he was talking to his accountant or somebody that manages his money about some money that he didn't receive, money that he knew that he was supposed to receive, right? And they went into disclosing with him why it was that he got the amount that he got and where the rest of it went. And he could have confronted the person where most of the money went to, right? I feel like somebody could actually like put a hit on him, okay? Because somebody could have. I don't know if he was married. Was he married? Because I seen the Hierophant and like the Ten of Cups and like Ten of Pentacles before I pulled these cards. I don't know if he was married, but I am seeing a Queen of Wands out here. Okay, somebody could be pregnant or something like baby. Yeah, he could have been married. He could have been married. Because I'm seeing marriage. There could have been issues within a marriage, okay, when it comes to finances. Intuition and spirit with Satan. Yeah, but I'm seeing the two of body and ocean, fire sign. He could have been a fire sign. This just gave me chills. DNA left but not found. What the fuck did I tell y'all? Oh my gosh, is my phone dying? It's a bad time. Yo, my phone just got dark. Like my brightness was up and I could see myself. Like I could see myself and the brightness went down on my phone. Secret deals behind the scenes. Somebody could have even been disclosing. Somebody could have been disclosing his whereabouts, his location. Okay. Somebody could have been disclosing his whereabouts, his location, like where he was on the beach. Okay, I feel like somebody was following him. Somebody was following him. They were seeking him out to have a conversation with him. He could have been even trying to get a divorce if he was married. If he was in a connection with somebody, he could have been trying to get a divorce. He could have been having a heartfelt conversation about how it was time for him to go about, loving himself first, moving forward, okay? He was honestly discussing his feelings, and I feel like most people kind of got jealous that he felt the way that he felt. It was like, I feel like I waited for you my whole entire life. I waited to be in love. I waited to love somebody like you. And like now I'm understanding that I was really just waiting on myself to love myself. Like that's what I'm hearing, okay? It's safe for you to love, open your heart, to give and receive, okay? And I feel like when you like love somebody, like when you really care about somebody, like you aren't going to like penalize them for like not being in love with you anymore. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, this bitch don't love me anymore. Like, you're gonna be happy and proud that the person's doing whatever it is that they need to do in order for them to become a better version of themselves, or in order for just them to be happy, okay? There could have even been a situation where he was interested in somebody else or wanted to be with somebody else, okay? And an engagement could have been ended because of some type of wisdom. It was like, and I feel like this is a wisdom to do with love, resentment. I also feel like somebody resented him for how much he had, like how much he wasn't like dedicated to like blowing it on absolutely fucking nothing, Deception, okay? I feel like he was, deception for yourself, keep an open mind. I feel like whoever the fuck this person was, like, this person was somebody that he wouldn't even have considered, right? But I feel like there was a lot of manipulation within this relationship, like, and it's because of how, like, this person interacted with the people that were around him, like, the people who were, like, closely tied to his career, like, the people who were so closely tied to his career, I heard Adrian, Stefan, Andy, Michael. Okay, New York could be significant. Okay, a meeting or a conference in New York could be significant. Okay, the King of Coins. Who's the King of Coins? What's this? I feel like he could have been in the season of getting a lot of good news, like closing out certain chapters in his life, Ooh, that was crazy. Sorry. He was so like nurturing and like even with me right now, like he's not overwhelming me with communication right now. Like the energy is really calm. I feel like it's getting really deep. I feel like it's getting really deep for him too because he's starting to see the truth about the people that were around him from the other side, and that's why he's in limbo right now because he is also confronting the truth. Okay, his mother or his sister or somebody that he close family, somebody could be seeing things around their house or like seeing things move or things are falling. Okay, he's also leaving clues. He's communicating to you with clues by knocking certain things over or showing you certain things, okay, to get you to jog your memory. There's going to be a memory that comes up about something that happened in the past, okay? There's going to be a memory that resurfaces and it's going to make you remember something. Something about something that you said, okay? Six of your intuition is going to jog your intuition. Somebody's name could be Jimmy. Somebody's an air sign. I don't know who this air sign is, but like their energy keeps popping in and out. It keeps popping in and out. Maybe somebody that could have acted as a legal advisor for him. It is an energy of refusing offers. There was so much like negative of a situation. He's like, it was completely impossible to make it positive. Like, you just tell me this, and then you say this, and then you expect for me to what? Be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's like people are trying to distort his path, yo. Because it's like he was like, I don't know, there's something significant about like some type of changes. Yeah, there's something significant about some type of changes in which it was that he was about to start making for his life. Okay, that were really going to benefit him in a way that it was kind of like putting him on the track to making a lot of money. Okay, making a lot of money. Okay, somebody could have been wearing a blue or brown shirt that night or that day. There's something about a video, okay, and they see somebody walking that's wearing a blue or brown shirt. They could be light skinned and have a bald head. Okay. Not a bald head, but just like a low cut. A low cut, okay? Yeah, I feel like him, but he would. Yeah, like I'm literally seeing like his head underwater. I'm seeing water. His head underwater. I can feel like I can't breathe. And it's just like a feeling, an intense feeling of like disbelief. Like, I cannot believe that you would do this to me. Like, out of all the people, like, I can't believe that you would be the person to do this to me. Right? Like, I hear him saying, like, at some point I just had to accept that I was dying. And there was nothing that I could do about it. And all I could see were the moments that I had shared with this person, the moments that I shared with that person, the moments that I shared with people in my life who all contributed to my downfall. But then I could also see those that loved me and gave me that advice that I was taking. I was in the process, like I was in motion of taking, but like I heard a little too late. I don't know what Demeter means. Dimitri could be a name. Right, like I just wanted to clear my head, and then he was reminding me of like left eye, when she went on the retreat to find peace, and she ended up passing away. Because, as we all know, like, peace is a thing in which comes from within us. But the peace in which it was that they were searching for, it was something that can only be obtained through death. I heard no peace, no justice. Right? This was the only way me and everyone else could get justice. Yo, there's about to be a huge lid blown off of, like, there are names, there are pictures, there are connections, a lot is about to be exposed about Hollywood, yo. Okay, this portal is bringing forth a lot of truth. Okay, this portal is bringing forth a lot of truth. He's talking about his mother and how she was a dreamer and how she would have certain dreams about him, and sometimes he would come to her in a dream. He looked like an angel. Yeah, so I just would keep it all together. Like, I would keep it all together. It was like I didn't want people to know about the darkness that came with what it was that I asked for. It's like he holds us so very much so accountable for having to be a part of and be around, like, certain things, yo. Okay, there's something about anklet that's significant. Okay, I heard Angela Davis. I don't know who that is. Okay. There's a lot of hidden information that's about to come out. Okay, I feel like people that were two-shot of speak will be coming out. Okay, somebody could have had an addiction. Okay, there's something about him out when, like, the media or people are, like, trying to paint him out to be somebody who, like, you know how they do black men. I see a lot of birds right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. The 12th could be significant. 12, which is 3, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, the 20th could be significant. 2, 3, 4, 5 could be significant. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this message here because I'm very stimulated right now spiritually. My spiritual body is very stimulated. I'm gonna do my research, and then we're gonna do another reading. Once I have more information, I can look into more things. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like the video so it gains traction. Make sure that if you are a fan of Malcolm's, make sure you just light a candle for him for gratitude, clarity, okay, peace, to find, you know, so I'm not ready to go yet. I don't know where I'll end up, okay, but he knows that we'll have to go. And hopefully he finds peace. He's saying that I know that I will find peace. Yo, like I'm hearing so much right now, and it's crazy because I don't know. I'm just hearing so much right now. Like he's giving me like he's talking to me, and he's letting me know like how important it is that I do this, that I speak for people who don't have a voice, quote unquote, a voice anymore. You can do this, you will do this, and you will be great at this. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Okay, the sunset. He's thinking about the sunset. Okay, I am going to. I said the sunset and my phone got darker again. Yo, my phone's not on. My phone isn't on like, you know how like you can set your phone to where like the brightness, like it's bright, it's activated by like the light. My phone is not set on that. And I was just talking about the sunset. My phone got darker. The light on my phone got darker. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you guys for watching this video. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.